Hello and welcome on 360 Sport on Trust TV. I am Adeni Ajishafe. Time to take you around the world of sports as we look at some stories trending. We start from home scene now, talking about volleyball. Nigeria right now have qualified for the FIVB Under-19 World Championship that will be coming in Croatia and also Hungary right now, for the fact that we've been given that slot. A good one coming from the Federation of International Volleyball Federation. A good one, but at least we have Nigeria participating in this competition. And I have in the studio Olawale Peters. Good to have you.
Yeah, good evening, Adeni. It's my pleasure being back to the studio.
Yes, that particular story, we'll go back to it again. We'll talk about volleyball. When it comes to volleyball, Egypt, Cameroon, they came first and second. Nigeria came third, but at least the FIVB deemed fit to give us that particular slot.
Yeah, an opportunity for us. After we lost to both Cameroon and Egypt at our backyard here in Abuja here. So it's an opportunity for us to redeem ourselves. And I think when it comes to volleyball, like we said on the studio severally, that it's not only the football that we know how to do very well. Handball, volleyball, we can see what the boys and the girls they are doing. And the good thing is it is the under 19, 23, the younger ones that are really making us proud when it comes to this. So what it just needs to do is, let's look at it as what we are doing this time around. We are not playing against our African, we're not playing against African team. We are playing at the World Cup. So what preparation do we need to put in place? What training, what exposure? Because most of these kids, probably they'll be traveling out of the country for the first time. Probably some of them will be playing at that at that standard for the first time. So at times when you are playing a competition that you never been before, you have this phobia for the first time. Now, wow, is it me? Am I doing this? So probably the first match that may affect you. So they need to really try as much as possible to provide all the enabling environment in terms of the training, the exposure, the strategy, what they really need to do before the competition. Not that, oh, we'll have the opportunity of going in there, we thank God. We'll sit down a week before the competition, we'll start preparing. No, the preparation
to start from
now, like organizing friendly matches with other European countries to see how they play their own, to see their organization, to see their defense, to see their own strategy. I think that's how we need to go about it. We shouldn't just sit down that, oh, we've been lucky, they gave us the opportunity to come, and we shouldn't waste the opportunity. We should show the world that we have what it takes. The fact that we came third doesn't mean that we are third best. That's the truth. So what we just need to do is just to look at the reason why we didn't make it to the top of during the competition and work on that to avert what will be coming.
And from the way it is, for the ladies now, this will be a very good one for them, because even though they were not expecting it, that they will still qualify for this. And I appreciate FIVB for deeming it that, okay, they came third, they hosted the event, let's give them the opportunity. Aside that, look at under 19, our boys, under 18 rather, for handball. 18, they qualify also, they will play at the handball, international handball, that's AIHF championship. Aside that, the under 20 couldn't make it, but they fought hard. They tried their best, but they couldn't make it. But from the way it is, we have under 18 Nigerian handball team for boys, and also we have for the girls under 19, they will be going to Croatia, Hungary. That shows that really handball, volleyball, basketball, even though for now we are not having any basketball feet, but at least we know that in any sport that Nigeria really wants to participate, we have all the talent that it takes for us to participate in those events. So under 18, under 19, girls and boys, they will be traveling out to play and represent Nigeria in those international competitions. We wish them the best as they start now. According to Olawale Peters, preparation starts from now. We shouldn't wait till August when the event will be taking place before we assemble some players hurriedly just to go and play there. It won't go well. We need to plan ahead and make sure these boys and girls, the one they call lads and lasses, actually do well in this competition. Well, talking about Nigeria, sportsmen and women out there, they are trying their best, and we will always showcase them anytime. Now from there, let's quickly rush through some matches that we played. We talk about the FA Cup 4th round replay, Birmingham City versus Blackburn Rovers. Who will win the battle of the BB clubs?
It's really the battle of the BB.
Seriously.
Battle of the BB. And honestly, I think it's a good one. A good one in the sense that no matter what happens, we are having a team from the championship that is playing in the round of 16. That's the 5th round. Whoever wins among them, they are not playing in the Premier League. They are from, and don't be surprised, Blackburn Rovers, we know their history when it comes to Premier League. Then also Birmingham City, also we know their history when it comes to Premier League. They've been there before, so they are not there now again. So both of them will be fighting for honor, and it's going to be a very good cracker, because if you are very particular, or if you are watching the Championship very well, it's even more interesting.
It's even tougher.
It's tougher, more interesting than the Premier League, because everybody wants to play.
Go to the top.
Go to the top. So it's like pull me down, pull you down. So it's going to be very interesting.
Everybody's struggling. All the teams, everybody's fighting.
They are fighting. You know, a lot of teams have gone to Championship.
They never return.
Bolton
for years.
Burnley for years. So that is why it is always a serious tug of war when this team have the opportunity to play any Premier League team, or they have an opportunity to play either in the FA Cup or whatever. So let's see what will happen. At the end of the day, we wish the
BB teams.
The BB team all the best.
From the way it is, that actually reminds me of Wimbledon. Like you said, most of these clubs, they've gone into oblivion. Wimbledon, I remember when Efan Ekoko, John Fashanu made that team popular in Nigeria because of those guys. And a lot of people want to watch Wimbledon. And if you flash back to a lot of clubs that they were one of those forces to be reckoned with, but now you can't find them.
That's why in our language here in Nigeria, we said, I get time before.
No property,
no property again. No property again.
Oh my goodness. Just have to be there at your best for you to make the EPL. Although in the Championship it's tougher because all the clubs want to make it tough to make it to the EPL, where it's very, very juicy. Giving you updates concerning that match between Blackburn Rovers versus Birmingham City. They are the one I call the BB teams. They will be fighting to see who actually get this particular nod in the FA Cup fourth round replay there. Quickly, let's go Italian. Coppa Italia, where Inter Milan will be facing Atalanta. It's a very tough match because you look at Atalanta, a team that you just have to be very, very careful when you are playing against them. Inter Milan against Atalanta is a match to watch. Yeah,
it's a match to watch. It's going to be a battle between second place and fourth place in Italia Serie A. Inter Milan, they are currently second place on the log table, while in Atlanta, they are fourth currently on the table. And if you look at the head-to-head between the two teams, they've met 31 times. Inter Milan, they've won 13 times. They drew 12 times, while Atlanta, they won 6 times. And if you look at the 6 times that Atlanta won, they won recently. So that shows that they are a team to reckon with.
They are consistent.
They are very consistent. For the past 4 or 5 years, you see the way they started. So that shows that today's match to be another tug of war. If Inter Milan, they are not careful, the Atlanta will take them by surprise. But to me, it's going to be a 50-50 game between both of them. Both of them, they won their last matches. Inter won their last match. Atlanta won their last match also. So both of them are coming to this game with that motivation that, okay, we won our last match, so let's see what will happen today. But it's going to be an interesting one to watch.
Now, coupled with the fact that we have in Nigeria who has been scoring well, Ademola Lookman is in Atalanta. And tonight, a lot of people want to see, will he also add to his tally? Because it seems he himself and Osimhen, they've gotten the secret to break defense in Italian Serie A. Very defensive, but they are scoring goals so easy.
Okay, no, you know, we've said this times without number that it's much easier for a striker, a prolific striker, centre forward, to move from Premier League to Serie A and to perform. That's the truth. You know the reason why? Because of the pace. If you look at Ademola Lookman and if you look at Osimhen, both of them, they are very fast. They have the pace. They are young. They have the strength. So that is why it is more difficult for a player leaving Serie A to come to Premier League and perform the way player that leave. Look at Lukaku also when he left Chelsea and they went to Milan. You see what he did also. So that's just the difference between the two. And one thing I'm very happy about, I'm seeing the competition between the highest goal scorer in Serie A between two Nigerians.
So interesting.
Osimhen and Ademola Lookman. So that shows that if you have a coach, if you have a good coach in Nigeria, Super Eagles, attack should never be our problem.
Our problem at all.
Because you can't have the likes of Ademola Lookman. You can have the likes of Osimhen, Teremoffi also. This three, if you are playing 4-3-3, no defender that they want to play with will not be scared of, wow, who are we going to mark? Is it Ademola Lookman we are going to mark? Or is it Teremoffi we are going to mark? Or is it Osimhen we are going to mark? And we still have a lot of unidentified prolific striker also center forward in this country. So that's why I said it's so unfortunate that we don't have a coach in this country. If you have a coach, Super Eagles should be among the best in the world. So going back to the topic, tonight's match, I think because Ademola Lookman with Atlanta now, most Nigerians, including myself,
will tilt towards
Atlanta for them to win.
A good one. They're hoping that Atalanta, the team that are playing Bergamo, can actually win against Inter Milan. Although that's football, you want to support your brother there. Ademola Lookman has been in superlative form for Atalanta, and right now, hopefully, he can also deliver. Let's see what happens. Inter Milan, the one they call Nerazzurris, can they do it over there at the Giuseppe Meazza? Well, we wait to see who wins that particular game there. Now, let's talk about AFL Cup. Newcastle United won the first leg 1-0 against Southampton, and now the second leg is coming up. Who win this battle at St. James Park? Can they turn things around? Southampton.
Okay, is it a question?
It's a question.
Right? The answer is Newcastle. Now, the reason why I'm telling you the answer is Newcastle is very simple. They won their first match away from home.
So coming home now.
So coming home now, it will be very difficult. Then the Newcastle team that we are seeing now, they are more like the Atlanta team in Italian Serie A. They've been consistent, and I think this is their season. This is their season in the sense that the last time they won a major trophy was in 1955. And the last time they played in any league final was in 1999 against Manchester United. They lost in the final. So they are looking at an opportunity again to make it to the final. And for them to get to the final, they must win tonight's match against Southampton. And take it or leave it, they are really battle ready. Southampton also, they are coming as an underdog, and I'm very sure the Newcastle will not disrespect them by thinking that they've won the match. So by relaxing. No, they don't do that. And they have one of the best defensive record in Premier League up to now. I don't think any team have ever scored 2-3 goals against Newcastle.
No, it has not. For this season, they've been fantastic.
They've been very fantastic. So that is a very good one for them. And they have a very good, very good and sharp attackers. Alexander, if you can give him a clear chances, 2 or 3, take it from me.
One will at least go in.
So that's why if you look at their per goal record, if they have 2 shots on target, 1 will be a goal. 3 shots on target, 1 will be a goal. So they don't go for more goals like 4, 5, 6, 7 goals. No, they don't do that. Theirs is let me score 1, 2, and 3 goals, and let me go back home and see how I'm going to defend my goal. And they play like a unit. They play mass defense, mass attack. You can't even pinpoint that this is a player that is playing this particular wing. Everybody cover for everybody because all of them are motivated to write the name of Newcastle in history. And I'm sure they're going to achieve that with the match tonight by winning. Southampton, they've not been doing very well when it's come to the Premier League. Sincerely, they have not been doing very well. I thought the first match against Newcastle, when they played at Southampton, it would have been a draw or they will win Newcastle. So they will not take the battle. They will not take the battle to Newcastle home when they are playing tonight, but they've made it much easier for Newcastle. Because Newcastle will not be playing under pressure.
They're at home.
They're at home. They're not playing under pressure at all. They've won already and away from home, and this one also, take it or leave it, I'm sure they will win it.
St. James Park is the place to be for Newcastle versus Southampton. The first leg at St. Mary's ended 1-0 in favour of the Magpies, as they call them. But right now, the Magpies will be hosting Southampton. And Southampton don't have a chance, according to Olawale Peters there. But really, football can just be very dicey. Let's see what happens. 1-0 is right now, the standing right now. But from the way it is possible that Southampton may just nip into the ball. Who knows, maybe they will score 2 goals and silence Newcastle. But it's going to be a tough one. A very tough decision there from Southampton players. Now, while we're talking about that, let's go to Germany. Germany will also be playing the DFB Poker Cup. Let's look at the fixtures lined up. FC Paderborn will be playing against Stuttgart. We have Union Berlin. They will be playing against Wolfsburg over the city of Berlin hosting them. It's a battle of 2 Bundesliga teams, talking about Union Berlin and Wolfsburg, while Paderborn will also be playing against Stuttgart. Well, that match, Paderborn, Stuttgart, I think we have a Nigeria in Paderborn, but a tough one. I expect Stuttgart to put up a very good fight against Paderborn.
Yeah, they will pull a good fight, but playing away from home, it won't be an easy one. And especially when you're playing with a team that a lot of people don't know about them. So you don't have history with them. You don't know their pattern, their style of play. So they will just come in there and they will just surprise you. So I think they should go in there with all what they got, all what they have, to see if they can really win the match. Because take it or leave it, they are the most preferred team to win the competition. Because if you have a 2 team playing on paper, you have a preferred team. But when it comes to playing the ball on the pitch, the performance, anything can happen. To be a very good one, good one to watch tonight also at the DFB.
DFB Pokal, they're talking about Paderborn. They are hosting Stuttgart, and then you have Union Berlin versus Wolfsburg. A big match there between Wolfsburg. They will be away from their fortress, talking about Volkswagen Arena. They'll be going to Union Berlin's home to fight for honors, and who knows, football can just be very dicey. Well, from there, let's talk about a player of Manchester United. Right now, his name is Harry Maguire. Maguire has rejected Inter Milan offer. They wanted to get him on loan, but he says, no, I want to fight for my place at Old Trafford for between myself and other players. Right now, I'm not going to Milan.
I love the confidence. It's a very good confidence. And however, I think him going to Serie A would have been better for him to improve himself.
Because I remember when Chris Smalling left Man United. Look at the way he's performing so well.
Look at what he's doing.
Abraham Tammy.
With Roma.
Yes.
When you see Smalling, you were like, oh, is it the same Manchester?
Smalling.
And you know the reason why? There's no pace when it comes to Serie A like Premier League. Anytime Manchester United is playing with a team that they have pace, it's a big problem for Harry Maguire to really deliver. His turning, I don't know what happened to him. His turning is very, very, very bad. So when you see a sharp striker that is very good with 360-degree turning, it's a minus for him. So I think it will be an opportunity for him to go and rediscover himself. But the truth is, how many English players leave Premier League and go to other teams and they perform?
Other leagues?
Yes. How many of them? Very few. Less than 3, 4, 5%. So they believe they have to remain where they are to prove a point. Then number 2, who is the captain of Manchester United?
Is it not Maguire?
And you are now telling the captain to
leave.
Now leave.
A king.
To go to Inter, to
become a chief.
Take it or leave it. He will never do that. And I hope this will not be a problem. Well, they don't even have owner now because they are even they are on the market. They are looking for who will buy them. If not, the English press, they will come heavily on whoever recommended that Harry Maguire, one of them, should go, a captain of Manchester United, to leave his armband, to leave his country and go and trade his football somewhere else. I think it's not going to be a very good one for them. But the reality and the truth is, Harry Maguire, it doesn't have a place in the current Manchester United first 11.
Okay, if you say that concerning Maguire, what about Phil Jones, who has been there for who knows, but he's still in that squad? I saw this morning when the news came out that Phil Jones should just leave that club. For two and a half years now, nothing has been done from added to that the club called Manchester United, and he's there earning good money.
Yeah, we have some players like that. You have a lot of them like that, and that you will not see them on the pitch, but you don't know what they are doing
underground,
off the pitch. Probably during the training ground, it's a training material.
It helps
them during the training. It helps to build the attackers. If you look at Phil Jones very well, he's very huge also, just like Harry Maguire. Probably when they are doing their training, is the one that normally match out the defense, so they use him for a training material. We have some player that you're a training material, you're not a regular material, and you'll be there also if the first team players, they have injury, you can come in. And if I'm okay with it, you know your performance also. Tell me, where do you want Phil James to go again?
You should go to
where?
The same England.
There's nowhere for him to go again, but you look at it that where I am right now, okay, you're using him as a training material, I'm okay with the training material. And if there's an opportunity for me to play, to come, maybe you are playing the Carling Cup, you are playing the FA Cup, or any other competition, I can come in as a substitute. I'm okay with it. With it. It's just like an offer and acceptance. It's something that they've discussed with him. If not, I'm sure he will not still be in that team currently. Now we'll be looking at it that he's not playing for Manchester United, but if he's not valuable for the team, if he's not doing something for the team, he will still be there up to now. So that's my own take on field. But unlike Harry Maguire, come on, do you know how much they bought the player? Do you know how much they are paying in? So what is he delivering? So I think it's one of the reasons that they want to take that pay off their own income, of their own wages. That come on, this amount of money we are paying for this Harry Maguire is
too much.
Seriously too much. How many times does he play? And anytime he plays, all the Manchester United, they will be playing that ball should not get to Harry Maguire. When the ball gets to Harry Maguire, they say, hey, penalty.
You don't have
Wala don't do like we normally see in Nigeria. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So that is just the truth about it. For his progress, in fact, there was a rumor that he wants to go to Chelsea.
Yeah, I saw that he wanted to move to Chelsea. And a lot of Chelsea fans were like, what? Chelsea? What happened?
Don't be surprised if Harry Maguire should leave Manchester United and go to any other club.
He will actually pick, right?
Actually pick. That's the truth. Probably what is happening to him now is what happens to the like of Lampard, Gerrard, where they price them more than what they can deliver. Probably Harry Maguire should be playing with a team like Newcastle, Aston Villa,
Everton.
Leicester City, Everton, that the pressure is not really that there for him. They priced him and bought him, and that pressure is really getting to him. That's number one. Then number two, we do a lot of things that we use to demotivate players. Even if a player is not doing very well, it is not for us to be criticizing the player all the time. Anything that happens, we go to the social media. They are human like us also. They are prone to errors. But once Harry Maguire make error like this, go and check the Manchester United website. Go and check their Twitter account.
It's on fire.
It's on fire. All about Harry Maguire. I think it's not really helping the players. It won't help them to get the self-confidence. It has killed a lot of players. So that also, I think, is part of what is affecting Harry Maguire's performance.
Harry Maguire just needs to get himself bold enough for the fact that he rejected that particular offer to move to Inter Milan over there in Italy for him to play. But really, when it comes to football, I know the press have a lot of power, a lot of control. But at times, the way they attack some players compared to others, if an English player should do something now negative, well, we see the way it will go. And if it's another, maybe indigenous for another country now, it will be different. I look at the way Ronaldo has been attacked compared to what he has actually done. Bruno Fernandes coming out to say, no, most of the things written are not really what happened. I remember at the World Cup when they said Bruno attacked him or the other, and said, no, it wasn't what happened. But really, the press were ready to get out negative points. Okay,
on that issue, I think it's Ronaldo that gave the press the opportunity. What do I mean? The press are always looking for a news, something to break. And Ronaldo is a brand that if you sneeze like this,
they pick it up.
Everybody pick it up. So what will make a Ronaldo to have an interview that he had and he said all those things that he said? Even if you are living, you can live honorably. Take it or leave it. Whatever Ronaldo has achieved in life, in football, in his football career, Manchester United made him. He won his first Ballon d'Or with Manchester United. Manchester United made him to be who he is right now, with his leg over, with his speed and whatever, before he went to Real Madrid. So I think it is Ronaldo that caused that. But we can't take away from the British press. They know how to protect their own. What they are saying is other country too, protect your own.
Well, I just hope that we can also protect our own. That will be it on 360 Sport. Olawale Peter has been the one doing justice to those analysis there. Thank you very much.
It's my pleasure being here, Adeni.
I am Adeni Ajishafe. Sports is always business and fitness. Thanks for watching.